Have you ever just had a meal, a plate of spaghetti, some tacos, some type of food that just brings back some memories? Guys and gals, buckle up, stay tuned. We're talking about food and how they just melt our hearts away. Conrad here.
Dylan.
Hilton.
George.
Raul.
And Raul. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. Thank you guys for having me. It sounds like a lot of fun, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, let's talk about Raul a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Raul, tells us a little bit about you and what you do.
Actually, it's fun that you mentioned the food because I love food. I mean, you can see me. I don't have I got a shape, but a watermelon shape, So, definitely love food. So, I'm from Mexico. I grew up in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Moved to Mexico our late 1990s, 98, 96. And man, I have such a good memories with food because I grew up in a ranch and my grandpa used to make this barbacoa stuff that is just a process. Is a long process, right? So the type of family that they have their own cows and they used to kill the cow, prepare it, and we used to have hole in the backyard where actually the barbacoa was made. So we're coming from a farmer family, and we have orange trees, right? So one part of the barbacoa is prepared with oranges. So you get the maguey, you put the meat in top of the maguey leaf with tons of oranges, cut oranges, and fat and all that stuff. All that just create really good juices. Wrap it up and put it in the ground. And the whole tradition was for us to burn charcoal during the night, right? And of course some drinks, right? It's just always fun to do that. And the next day, we will take the barbacoa out, and you see that meat fall out of the bone, and simple like that, just tortillas and salsa, right? I mean, it's one of those things that we always enjoy.
It's good to have a Mexican in here because we can talk about Mexican food. So it's tortilla, meat,
and salsa.
and salsa.
Just out of a question, what part of Mexico is it?
North side of Mexico, Tamaulipas.
North side. Mm-hmm.
Tamaulipas, Ciudad Victoria is the capital. Tamaulipas is just down the next state in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So Texas is the closest state.
Closest, yes, because Texas is closest state. Yeah.
It's a big border.
It is. It covers 3 states. Yeah, Coahuila, Nuevo León, Tamaulipas.
How many states do you have in Mexico?
That's a good question. 39.
29?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you call them states?
We do call it states, yes.
Okay.
And capitals, as well.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Mexico City, I've been a couple times there, and it's abundance of traditional food. 20 million people living there, and they really know how to cook. So,
Yes, Mexican food is interesting. In some places and sometimes it's a little too spicy. Sometimes it's not spicy at all. But yeah.
Well, let's save it for the podcast because I need to know your opinion about Tex-Mex. And if you like it or not.
I would ask, where do you draw the line between Mexican food and Tex-Mex food? When it becomes one or the other.
Let's save it.
Yeah.
We got to get into it here in a second. Gentlemen, what are we smoking on?
We're smoking some Roma Craft, and we are going to have a cigar review on Monday on these because we're going to be doing a review today during the podcast, so keep an eye on it. Yes. And as you're in it, please subscribe.
Comment.
And make us...
Hit the notification.
share with a friend.
Looking to upgrade your floors? Want style, durability, and expert installation without the hassle?
Then you need Ballerini Floors, your trusted flooring experts right here in the greater Austin area.
from luxurious hardwood to waterproof vinyl planks and even high-performance epoxy garage floors.
Ballerini Floors delivers top quality materials and flawless installations with no hidden fees and no surprises.
Plus, our team speaks English, Spanish, and Portuguese, making communication easy and stress-free.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for an upgrade or a custom home builder needing premium solutions, we've got you covered.
So why wait? Call Ballerini Floors today and step up your flooring game.
Because if you step on it,
We do it.
So, Raul, please tell us more about. I know we were talking very briefly, but
Give us a little bit on your company, what you do over here.
yes.
Yeah. Use this moment to do a little advertisement for you.
Yes. So I'm from Mexico. I graduated the school from Mexico, and when I, long story short, I graduate and find out that the economics in Mexico was not good for me. So I decided to move to the United States. I born in Texas, but I never actually lived in Texas before. So I decided to move to Houston because I thought it's a big city, more opportunity, blah, blah, blah. So during the process, I was able to transfer my paperwork from school, right? So I was able to get the stuff from Texas A&M. I know there's Aggies. I know.
Oh, he's Aggie.
We got an Aggie in the room?
See, that's what I was. So, yeah. So, I started working in corporate America and high tech all of my, early life and career. I love it. I really like it. But at one point, we decided to change gears to do something more that we can own and grow ourselves. And we decided to invest in an air conditioning company. And so far, it's been 5 years. Actually, our 5th year is going to be in a month. So you guys are more than invited to come to our anniversary party. We're going to have one. And yes, I mean, my wife, she's the business partner in this journey. Some of you guys,
I know her, yeah.
Yeah. So it's,
What's the company's name?
Temperature Pro.
Okay, Temperature Pro.
Yes, and yeah, we're excited, man. I mean, we started with one technician. Now we have 10 people working for us, and we're very engaged in the community. I mean, we're in Leander physically, but we are all over Williamson County, right? So, but we are super engaged in the community. We're part of the Chamber of Commerce. We do events with them. We participate and things like that. So we got a lot of people asking for, oh, I know Karen and Raul. Can I get a discount? I said, well, I don't know those people, but yeah. So one thing I told the guys, I tell you what, make a little trivia about us, 5 questions. If they got at least 3 right, they can get 5% discount.
I like it.
Okay, well, I already know where you're originally from and stuff. So
yeah.
I got question 1's down.
And let me tell you this. I refer Raul to a lot of my friends. And like Fernando, for example. I see Fernando on the groups referring Raul like once every month. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So he did Fernando's air conditioning in the garage. He actually came to my house. One summer our air conditioning stopped working. So he came in instead of going.
Was that when I was at your house?
I don't know. Don't
Remember,
remember. Yes.
Because right after that, Raul and his company came over to my house twice now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yes, David goes to your house, right? Is it David?
Yes. I believe his name is David.
David, we have a David.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great
Nice,
guy.
thank you.
Great guy.
Yeah. David that you brought into the networking group the other day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where, and I'm looking at Raul in the company name, and I'm like, I swear to God, he's been to my house twice now, and I'm like trying to look up old emails and stuff.
Maybe the shirt or something.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I know this. So
Yeah.
so yeah, you've been to my house, or
Yeah.
a couple
And
times now.
actually, when he was talking about air conditioning, Fernando referred you to him and I was like, hey, Conrad, Raul is my friend. You can use him for sure.
Yeah.
So it's like a double deep. But yes, and so Raul came to my house. He actually only changed the motor of the air conditioner instead of me having to spend like $7,000 on a brand new unit or whatever. We spent like $800. You know, just because this man here is very honest, and then he goes like, Hilton, I can fix this very easily. And he put in a unit for us to use, and as we waited for the new parts to come in. So because we had to order the parts in because it wasn't like available, like it had to come in from somewhere.
Yeah.
So I have to say the exact same experience at our house. One of the motors on the outside unit failed. And again, it's something that I could troubleshoot, and I've changed at my other house before. But when David, when David came out, he went up into the attic. He was checking out things, and he goes like, "You have some random like air duct that's just going into your attic, just blowing cold air." So he's like, "Let me tape that up." And then I was asking him about working nest because I have a dual unit upstairs, downstairs, and he goes, "Oh, you want to keep the upstairs one at a very similar, maybe 1 or 2 degrees hotter than what you have downstairs. You don't want to have it off because it's pulling air." And I go, man, the amount of knowledge that he provided just in that one visit for a simple part that I know how to do and stuff. I'm like, put it in, I'll pay for it because of all the help that you provided me. And, going up, I'm like, it's just the experience and the knowledge that he passed on. There's not enough money to pay for it.
So one of the things, my wife is a nurse, and there was a time during the first couple of years that she referred to the customers as patients, right? Because we are changing gears, right? And one of the core values we really want to do when we start this business is because we saw in the market how the trades could be very, there's not much education, right? And people don't know because you're doing your thing, you don't know, right? So we decide to promote that core value of help the people understand what is going on first, right? We're not going to take advantage of people. We just have to educate people the best we can. We train our guys twice through the year, right? Like an intensive training, because we see bad practices in the industry. So we want to make sure the stuff that we touch, is a relationship, is not transactional type thing. So we really focus on our people. We bring some tools from the corporate America, like 401k, benefits, supplemental insurance, things like that usually trades don't have, right? So so now it's very competitive. Some people are adopting other stuff, but people love that. If you really take care of your people, those people are gonna take care of the customers. So
100%.
that's what you wanna incur.
Yeah, I love his company. And David Villalpando.
David Villalpando.
Yeah, I was trying to remember his name. I met him so many times.
I didn't have David. I had a white guy. I'm trying to remember his name. Jason.
Yeah.
Jason was the one.
Yeah.
Jason's the one. He did both of my houses. Yeah.
Jason is our senior tech.
Okay.
So he's a really good guy.
He's a really good guy. Yeah. I can't recommend you enough, Raul. Anytime somebody does say anything about air conditioning,
Thank you, guys.
got a number. I got a contact.
Hey, let me
thing.
know so that I can put the referral in so I get the points for it.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Nice.
And congratulations on 5 years.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's a big
Not
accomplishment.
every
as you
company.
guys know, as being a small business owners, is it's a hard journey, but we almost
Not
there.
every company
Yeah.
gets to 5 years. So yeah.
Yeah.
Now we celebrated 10 years last year. So we need to talk because I need to talk how to grow to 10, employees. I mean, we have a huge subcontractor crew, but like he in selling, so we need to grow a little bit more.
On that point,
Is he trying to get rid of you, Dylan? Like, what's going on?
No.
what would you say was the most challenging thing to build their company to have 10 technicians instead of only you? 'Cause it's a transition, I'm in this, I'm in the same business. I have 2 people working for me, and it's completely different than working by myself. Now I have to I really have to grow the business. I have to hire a lot of people because I'm working every night until 2, 3 for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So what would you say what was successful for you to to be able to kind of
So we have 10 people, but only 4 of them are technicians. The
Okay.
rest runs the company. So first thing that we noticed right away the first year is the quality of people. We There's a lot of people there that have very bad habits, how they do work, how they perform, because it could be company driven, could be just the way people is. So we decide to step back and come out with our own apprentice program. So we define our guys. We partner with the Leander High School, Ross Glen High School, with ACC Community College, and we start reaching out to them and say, you guys have people who shows a good skill set for mechanics, for attention to detail. Those are good people that we can tap into it, partner with it, and while they're working in a school, they can actually do a training with us, shadowing, do virtual training with us. There's tools out there that you can use your goggles and you can go through training, and give them a goal-oriented curriculum, meaning that, okay, so the first 3 months this is going to happen. If you do all this right, this next 3 months is going to happen, and so on and so on. I don't mind, even for contractors, I put them to training with us.
Okay.
All the manufacturers as well, because they even work for other companies, but we don't care. We want to make sure the people who is representing the company is well trained. I don't care if they use the skill for another company. It's fine. Everybody gets the benefit out of it, right? So back to your question, I will say that put attention to the people, make them accountable, set goals for them so they feel motivated. The morale is high, they feel they accomplished something, and they can perform. You can get surrounded by people, good people, either really want to do that.
Sorry,
I love that.
Sorry, Raul. One more thing. With the new bond that was passed for Round Rock community for all of the schools, the funding for the schools, I think it was over $1 billion. One of that was to expand ACC and Texas State to include more training for various different things.
For trades?
For trades.
Right.
Yes, and I wanted to know, you brought up working with ACC. Have you seen an uptick of interest of students wanting to get into trades?
Yes, I see it in the high school. No, even in ACC, they're actually thinking about it. So we have one. If you guys go to our Facebook, you can see that actually somebody from a high school was shadowing us one day with David, and find out what about AC repair is, which was really cool because it was a nice day. The guys spend sometimes in the summer in the attic. It's really hard, right?
Yeah.
So so which is nice. You want those guys to get up there.
Yeah.
So
See,
you
it's
let 'em-
easy, man. Come on up. It's a nice day.
Shadow in the spring and in the fall. Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, I see it. There's some more people that wants to pursue that, which is great because
Yes.
you see high degrees. They're super expensive, and you don't get your money returned until a few years later. With the trades, everybody's gonna need somebody, right?
There's a high demand for trades, so
Especially here in Austin.
I think that's really cool what you're doing. Rouse High School. I went to Rouse High School.
Oh,
So our rivals were in Leander High School. So you got Leander High School and Texas A&M, man.
And by the way, I don't want to take the whole credit, guys, because probably my wife is when I watch this. So
yes.
she's the driving force by all this.
Well, it's very smart and it's very cool what y'all are doing. I think that's great for the community.
Thank you.
And there is one thing about air conditioning, man. You don't sell air conditioning. You sell quality of life.
Yeah.
In my profile, I put it that, one of the two things I like the most in my life, I think one of the most incredible inventions ever was the air conditioning. we were capable to do so many things and live in so many different places because of air conditioning. So when you say you sell air conditioning, I say, yeah, I think you sell a little bit more than that.
So
You-
comfort.
Comfort.
Yeah.
Think about for the elderly.
Yeah.
You know, my mom is 84 now. It's about 40 degrees, 104, 105 now in Porto Alegre, 110. And she is the only thing that she complains. You know, she's got. I put it one piece in each of her rooms, and then every time she talks to me, she says that yes, I don't leave home. She's 85. She's gonna be 85, and she says, you know what? I wouldn't live. Probably a lot of people would have died because he says she can't go out. She feels really bad. Think about how millions of older people, deal with air conditioning. How much it helps people in that. So
Yeah.
I think you sell a little bit more than air conditioning, especially with your culture there.
Well, especially when it doesn't work and you have someone over there is fix it. You're like, oh, thank God, miracle workers are here. Yeah. So, talking about food. So, Raul, you were talking about a little bit of the history and culture of the type of food that you would do back in Mexico. Is there any other types of food that you want to
No, let's talk about Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex.
Oh yeah, back to my question.
Tex-Mex.
That yeah,
He
Tex-Mex.
talked about the one he likes. No, that's Tex-Mex. No.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned where you drive. I mean, drive the line.
Right.
Yeah, right. The line.
Right.
Sour cream. If something has sour cream, that's completely Texas.
Tex-Mex.
Okay, that's
Really?
okay.
Sour cream with cheese.
Thank you.
don't-
My answer was, my question was answered. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So
I
nobody
love
puts sour cream with cheese
Yeah.
in Mexico.
Mm, interesting.
That's a Tex-Mex or lettuce on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I like sour cream. Damn it.
So you're saying Taco Bell is not traditional Mexican food?
That's right.
Man.
So, fun fact: when I get married, my wife is from Ohio, and she's as American girl can be. So she was really nice, and the first time that she did dinner, she made tacos, and she did a taco shell.
Yeah.
Boys being boys, I say, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Okay, if I eat it, this means I love it a lot.
Yeah.
And the rest is
This is-
history.
Yeah, the rest is history. This is not a taco, by the way.
Okay, Conrad.
Yes. I'd have to say, you know what, and it's one of these dishes that I specifically asked my mom to make for my birthday. And it started as a little kid, and I don't know why my mom made it. Or actually, I think it was my grandma, and my mom got the recipe. But it's shrimp linguine. Shrimp, little shrimp, not jumbo shrimp, but little shrimp in a Alfredo sauce with linguine.
Delicious.
And my mom, I've had shrimp linguine 100 other places, and it just is not the same as like what mom does. She adds just a little bit of love and some garlic, and man, it's
Sour
just,
cream or something.
no, get the hell out of here with that sour
Lettuce.
cream. Get out,
Lettuce
no,
or
no
something.
lettuce at all. But no, my mom makes a killer shrimp.
That's really good. I like
Yeah.
that dish. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite, and it just gives back good memories. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, birthday's coming up. I'm gonna have shrimp linguine. I'm excited. So
You wait the whole year for that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't eat it until it's like my birthday. So, how you doing?
So what are we talking about here? Favorite individual dishes or favorite type of food?
Yes.
I'm saying individual dishes.
Okay.
7.
7.
You can have 7 different individual dishes.
So I'm from Southeast Texas, and I have a lot of Cajun influence, and so my favorite, it always has been, always was gumbo.
Oh,
It's chicken and sausage gumbo. I actually just made some this week. When the weather starts getting cold, it's my go-to. But my favorite type of food would have to be just Asian in general. Like, I like Chinese food, I like Korean food, I like Thai food, Japanese food, and I could eat it every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I would never get
Really?
tired of it. I would never get tired of it.
Huh, I'll be damned.
Would never get tired of it.
I don't know why I always thought of you as like a Texas barbecue brisket guy every day type of thing, but
It's expensive, man. I do like it, but that's
Yeah.
like a nice treat, really, because it's just it's costly. But you can do a lot with chicken and add a lot of flavor to it with soy sauce and all kinds of different things. So Japanese food, I love sushi, but yeah, Korean food. I make a lot of Korean food at home. I'll buy like sirloin and make bulgogi, and it's really not that hard. You just marinate it. So,
Yeah.
but it's just really flavorful, packed in stuff with some rice, and it's good. I like Mexican food too, but I'm sure a lot of what I eat is Tex-Mex. So, but I do like traditional Mexican food when I get a chance to eat it. So,
yeah.
like huevos rancheros for breakfast.
Chilaquiles.
Chilaquiles, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say I like the Brazilian barbecue, the picanha steak, right?
I knew it.
No.
You can't tell it, right? So
What a surprise.
I do like that a lot, you know.
That's
And
good stuff.
I do it often. I do it so often that my wife and my girls, they go like, "Can we eat pasta today?" I make a really good, any type of any sauce. If it's like white sauce on a pasta or it's a tomato sauce, I can do pasta really well. Italian blood. But if it is like something that I treat myself when I go to Brazil, we go and buy mud crabs, right? From mud rivers, when river meets the ocean, and then have the mud crabs. And on one sitting, I eat about 30, 35, 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
So everybody eats, and then there's a lot of leftovers because normally when we do that, I buy, and me and my cousin actually, Jojo, shout out Jojo, I love you, man. And we just go and buy lots of it, and then
Nice.
You would probably like a crawfish boil then.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Is this the same thing? They're referred to as mud bugs, but it's just little. You ever had a crawfish?
Oh yeah.
But like a Cajun style crawfish boil, a lot of seasoning, and I'm sure you would put down like 7-10 pounds.
Yeah.
Because I eat 7-10 pounds, and I mean it takes a while breaking up, but I bet
that-
you would like that.
That's a lot of work.
Well, when I
It's-
start
yeah.
eating like those mud crabs, it's like, let's say we start preparing that in the morning, like 7 a.m. You start preparing it, so washing it, and then start seasoning and all of that. So we get it all ready for lunch. So noon, everybody's going to start eating. So when it's about 1 o'clock, everybody's fed up of like having to crack it open, hammer it down to crack it open and eat it, and I like sucking, mechanism that you have to do. So and everybody just comes and brings all the heads to me, like I clean up the poop out of it, and I just leave the fat inside, and then I put like some Brazilian farofa and a bit of vinaigrette, which is our pico de gallo style kind of thing, and I just mix it all together and then eat it with my finger like that. Nice. So and then so everybody stops at 1. I normally stop at 6, and then I eat the rest of it.
It's very interesting. When you taste food, you're using all your senses, right? One of the things I relate this to the whole barbacoa tales is that it's a process to it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're working in the process and you're surrounded by family or friends, you really enjoy it more because you're working into that. It's gonna be good. I'm working with my friends, my family. So that's what happened to us.
Yeah, so we do that, but everybody knows me by my picanha steak. This guy Conrad in here, that man over there when I met him, I was like, "Hey man, you can do this stuff. Let me just teach you this one little trick." And then he started doing what I said. I was like, Hilton, every time now it comes so awesome.
Nice.
And then Dylan over here, he's a master of it now. And then he said that I kind of messed up his taste buds for when he goes to Brazilian steakhouses. So like I can make it better when I make it in my in my house,
Nice.
using Hilton's technique. So I kind of know how to do it. So I
What do you say? People call me master, but I say it's okay.
I'm a very humble person, but
Shit. Master flexor.
Yeah.
I'm good at it.
Nice.
George.
All right, guys. So we all know that food is way more than food too, right? Food means comfort. Food means gathering. Food means so many other things, right? So when you say food, Dylan just mentioned that. Like, what exactly? How do I assess that? Like, what kind of food? Like, how it's cooked? I would say, of course, coffee is my favorite because we are only talking about food, but drinks are food, yeah. So coffee definitely. If you have to point out, coffee is gonna be my number one. If you ask me for something specific, it's called the caponata, right? So it's our Tamires' version of caponata. Listen, it is I feel very blessed and blessed to have a wife that could be a chef, if she wanted. So every single day, man, every single day is something different.
Wow.
So it's I feel blessed, like yesterday was shepherd's pie, Brazilian version of shepherd's pie.
Escondinho.
Escondidinho, right? So
Dude, your wife knocks it out of the park. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, or this afternoon was a poke, a pokey, right?
Yeah.
So, and she
Hawaiian.
has her own ingredients, Hawaiian food. Yeah. So whatever she makes, it's very hard to go to a restaurant. That's what just said about Dylan. When we were talking about Dylan, like every time we go out, man, it's got to be something that Tamires can't cook, because if she cooks, it's hard for me to eat out. But the caponata, man, is something that I started cooking very simple, in a very simple way, right? It's basically garlic, onion, bell peppers, tomato, and aubergine. You could call eggplant, right? So eggplant. So you cook it very slowly for a long time. And I was just started dating Tamires when I tried to show off. I knew how to make this dish. So it carries way more than just food. You can eat with tacos. You can eat with pita bread. You can eat on pizza. You can put it on meat. So it goes well with everything, as a sauce or individually, as a appetizer. Just the way you cook it is just the way the ingredients are there. Olive oil, ginger. There's so many other ingredients. You can put so many of them, but then because it cooks for hours and hours and hours, and Tamires knows exactly when to add each of the ingredients, to not overcook. Just smell, the taste, the looks, because it has the green bell pepper, the yellow bell pepper, the red one. So all of this makes it unbelievable. So if you haven't eaten Tamires' caponata, next time you say, I'm sorry, you are screwed. You have to cook that for us in our next meeting.
Question for everyone in the group, and I'm gonna probably be the odd man out on this, but what is your favorite breakfast, lunch, or dinner? I guess meal of the day. What would you say is the one that you look forward to the most? And I'll start because I'm a huge breakfast guy. I love breakfast. I love breakfast, man. I love eggs. I love bacon. I love chicken fried steak. I love any combination of breakfast is my jam.
I have to second that.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm glad.
Yeah. Breakfast to me is the best food. Chicken and waffles with eggs.
Phenomenal.
So I love that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, breakfast for sure.
Okay. All right.
I like breakfast foods. I just don't eat them. I don't eat breakfast. But dinner would be my answer. Like, I always go all out on dinner. Most of the time, I don't eat breakfast or lunch. Some days I eat lunch, but I intermittent fast. So.
Okay.
But on the weekends, I'll eat in the middle of the day. Most of the time, it's breakfast foods: eggs, bacon, avocado toast. any version. I like making egg scrambles. You just put a bunch of eggs and bacon and onion, peppers, and you just put it in a skillet, mix it all together, and that's what I like.
Etymologically, it could be right because you're breaking your fast.
I'm still breaking my fast. Yeah,
exactly.
There you
So, right. So it makes sense. So I think you'd say you corroborate with them. You know?
I would say, because same as Dylan, I don't really do breakfast these days anymore. But when I lived in UK, the English breakfast actually is not bad. Even though I didn't think that I would like the beans in it. And
It's not bad, but it's terrible.
no, it's pretty good. If you eat at the right place, that
Yeah.
they know how to make it, it's pretty good. But
I'll try.
I'm a dinner person, so to say, we spend the whole day just working and whatnot, and then get home and then I cook something, for me. The girls normally eat what mom cooks, and I normally eat something different because I'm a more I'm less carb, person than anything else. I love bread though. I love bread.
Yeah.
I used to make bread, but I'm off carbs. Not off completely. I give in most of the time, but
You're more conscious about it,
I would say yes. Yeah.
what you're eating and stuff.
Yeah.
You're getting up to You're getting up there in age. You're like what, 36 now, 37?
Oh, you're calling me old? I'm 31.
You girls.
Worried about my figure.
Aren't we all? We are all worried about that.
I intermittent fast, but from 5 to like 11 o'clock at night, I am a glutton. So I eat a lot of food just only between those hours, just because I don't wake up with hunger. It's really weird. So I drink coffee, but I don't. If I was hungry, I would eat. I just typically am never hungry for breakfast.
Before I talk about my favorite meal, talk about your intermittent fasting. Like you do like just liquids, or you increment here and there one or other food in there.
Black coffee, just straight up.
Tea?
And I do drink tea at night, but never during like the fasting window, just because I'm working or I only really make herbal tea when I go to bed late at night because I like warm drinks. So coffee and water is all I have throughout the day. My fiance thinks it's crazy because when she goes a few hours without eating or misses breakfast, she's just a really hangry person. And I don't know. That has never really affected me. So I can go all day without eating, and I don't feel like I'm low on energy. Diabetes runs in my family, so I've got a machine. I check my blood sugar all the time. For someone that hasn't eaten in 8 hours, my blood sugar is only in like the 60s, which is low, but that's low if it's like 6 to 8 hours. I've gone all day, so it's not that bad. So I don't know how it works. I got some fat on me. I don't have a six-pack or anything. So it's not like I'm super healthy, but it's just kind of the routine I've gotten used to more than anything.
I got some 6-packs in the fridge if you want some.
I will partake.
I got like a 2 12-packs right here.
Good. For me, it all depends of your style of living. When I was back in Brazil, I loved my lunch times because it's not like in America, right? Lunch, you actually stop. I used to stop more than 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I would start at 7:30, would stop at 11:45, 11:30, would go back at 2, and would go to 6 or 7. So it is still 8, 9, 10 hours. But I like the idea of having lunch with different people all the time. So even if I don't have breakfast, I would have lunch. And then Brazil is well known for the free buffet, right? Like you can have all you can eat, 50 different types of food in there available. So I kind of enjoy this, meet people, meet friends. I would have a schedule to have lunch with different people every single day. So that's why for me it would make sense. Here it doesn't make much sense. So breakfast definitely is the best, and we eat absolutely everything, man. We eat meat in the morning. We eat avocados. We eat a lot of ghee butter in everything. Absolutely everything. Bacon is mandatory, even if it's just bacon.
Yeah.
Just bacon on its own. So
My girls, they go like, "Daddy, can you make some bacon?" And then
Yeah.
I make some bacon for
Yeah.
them, you know. So, and they, I do them like very dry, so they grab it like a stick and then they eat it.
applewood smoked bacon, right?
That's
So
amazing.
and Tamiris does a lot of different things. So this is what I would say. It's my
Nice.
it's hard to tell, but it's about your style of living. You know, at this point, breakfast for sure at 10 a.m. though.
I have
My
one.
breakfast is at 10 a.m.
I have one curiosity of differences. Like we have Americans, we have Brazilians, we have Mexicans, right? Or Mexican over here. I saw a video, and it's funny because I saw a video. I think it was yesterday. This guy from UK, he's like visiting Brazil, and said like one difference that you find in the supermarket in Brazil, and he was trying to explain that to the people that like, hey, you're gonna go and visit. And that's what you're gonna find. It's like when you go to a supermarket in Brazil, you don't find a lot of pre-made food or prepped food, or even like fruits cut. You know what I mean? Like already prepped for you. All you find is like there's a lot of fruits everywhere, a lot of veggies everywhere, a lot of meat everywhere. It's like you go on the sectors of the supermarket. There's nothing done. Of course. Crisps or chips or whatever it is, like, you know, those things you do find, right? But when it comes like to pre-made, you know, like frozen, you know, kind of things, it's a very small sector in the supermarket. Everything else is just like food, like that you have to prep yourself. So how is it in Mexico? Because over here we know that everything is geared towards like comfort.
Fast, convenient.
Yeah, convenience. That's the word that I think he used, like convenience.
Yeah.
So we don't have that in Brazil. Do you have that in Mexico?
So markets in Mexico, yes, we have traditional people making tacos, things like that, in markets. But I'm gonna share with you guys a story. We went in December back to our hometown, and my wife, which is really likes American food, so we're in the ranch, and you can actually hear outside that a pig was killed. You can actually hear it's being screaming,
the pig screaming, yeah.
and it just stopped. You know, and my wife is like, "What is that?" I said, "Well, the meat market is
There's
like 2
slaughterhouse,
blocks away."
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Then my mom calls me an hour later and say, "Hey, let's go to the beef market and check it out. Get some food, to get some meat." We go to the beef market, and the guy say there, "Just give me 1 second. We just kill the pork, and we have it here. Which part do you want?"
Yeah, yeah.
So that fresh. And I told my wife that. I said, "Oh my God, how?" She cannot understand because here in America it's so processed. The meat is so
Yes.
processed. So yeah, it's coming straight. There's no third party. There's no, fermentation of anything.
All the cuts already like, bagged on a vacuum bag and
Yes.
whatnot. And
Yeah.
it's,
Been sitting on the
they're
shelf
kind
for a month, waiting for you to buy.
Exactly. So yes, I mean you can get as fresh as something like that, and
Same as in Brazil.
Mexico. Yep. So.
Just one thing. Tamita sent me a message here, right? So I asked her, and she says that her comfort food is Indian, safe to go, pizza, summer, come on, Italian fresh salad or appetizer, nostalgic, Brazilian rice and beans with gaucho beef ribs. That's what she says. So
Okay, yeah,
she
beef
had
ribs.
the same thing divided in parts, right?
I like
So-
Indian food though. I really like Indian food.
I like Indian
I do
food.
as well.
Yeah.
Well, for the last 5 minutes of the podcast, is there any type of food that you cannot stand?
Oh, I can tell you right away.
Tell us.
Liver. I cannot. My grandpa used to prepare. I just told Hilton this. My grandpa used to prepare it all the time in the farm, and the satay liver. I had enough in my life. Yeah, I cannot.
You're like, I'll pass.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else I can eat. I eat brains from cow.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, But liver, no.
No liver.
I got to say tongue. I can't do cow tongue,
Lingua.
Tongue is
I love it.
barbacoa.
but I can't do it. I
can
can't. I can't do it.
If
It's
I
Tongue-
don't tell
tongue
you-
is good.
If I don't tell you it's a tongue, you will eat it.
exactly.
100%.
That's the thing. Yeah. I'll be like, oh, this is great. What are you talking about? Oh, it's tongue? Oh, shit.
I love barbacoa.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you. I had tongue, right? So in a top restaurant once, I hate it, and I'll tell you, it's one of these soft, well cooked. It's so good. I hate it my whole life until you get a really good one.
See, and I
This-
think that's it. Is I've had a bad experience with badly cooked tongue, so I'm
Yeah.
just like, all tongue is gonna taste like this, and I can't do it.
Yeah,
So-
I'm liver with the same as you said, because my mom used to do a liver a lot because of the iron, and it's like
Yes.
no, I cannot do that.
Yeah.
What about you, Dylan?
Traumatic.
I like just about everything for the most part. I don't really like super processed, like crappy.
Spam.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had spam to be honest with you, but like fast food, I have fast food here and there, but like sit down chains. Not to throw shade at anybody that likes these places, but like Chili's, Applebee's, their food sucks. So I hate stuff like that. But I mean, I can't think of a type of food. I eat just about everything, so I can't say no to food.
Well, gentlemen, this has been a
Right.
great topic talking about food. I hope the audience has enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Please do check out the cigar review that'll be coming out next Monday. Raul, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the invite, guys. It's awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Have a good night.